Yo! Video games.
So this online ratio, you can see all this stuff going on in the top left.
Yeah.
It's actually telling you how it's Dude, your ping is crazy, man.
Whoa.
What is your connection?
Jeez. What is your ping?
What is your ping, sir? Sir, what is your ping?
Dang.
Check your ping.
Check your pang.
Is Hot Wheels fun? I'm sure it is. I might take a look. You guys gotta remind me on my stream.
Yeah.
Whenever I get off my random hiatus.
Check your pang.
Really about to play.
Yeah, she's going in. Damn, she's about to be a pro. I'm gonna teach her lead. Yeah, she's going. Rams. That's playable.
Playable, there's no input delay. Ripley!
Dad, help him, Ripley. Help him.
You guys making this so easy on me.
Well, I'm distracting her so she'll like play with this stick. I know how kids work. You have to make this stick look more interesting than the stick you're using. See that?
I think that's more distracting than Ripley, Kenny.
So she's not playing with Max. I know how kids work.
Big ping humiliation.
Whoa!
See?
Oh, up, up.
Where's that connection kicking in?
Up, up, up.
Where's that connection kicking in?
Up, up. Kenny is right. Redirection is useful too in adults.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Oh, that's the last one. Oh.
No, we gotta set like a frame of delay to this one. It would actually fix it. This guy's ping is jumping between 100 to 200 to everything. Can you try?
All right.
It's ratio, so you should be really good to go on your team.
Oh, I can't because it's not tournament mode. Oh, there you go.
Oh God! There you go.
What do you mean tournament mode?
I have the characters I won with.
Yeah. Hey, just get good.
Player 2, chat. Can you make all that good noise for the chat?
Well, for Ripley, it keeps her off your flight stick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it ruins the
Oh,
ping.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, watch this.
Yeah, no, yeah, let it go. Yeah, let it go.
Yeah, that's
Let it go.
Good luck without me.
Yeah, let it go.
Good luck without me.
Let's get back.
Oh, really?
Blah, blah, blah.
There you go.
Cruising! Holy shit, man. 400 ping, buddy?
Let's go.
Where are you playing from?
Near the beach. Oh, look who's right. Not like I had 2 of these.
Oh shit.
He's standing right in front of
Wait, what? What did Max say? Oh, look who's right. And you know what? Yeah. I rest my case.
Nice. This is what I imagine the Xbox original on would like.
Probably.
Oh no, dude, oh god. You have no idea. Input delay is a
I
thing.
watched you play CVS2 on that thing.
Yeah, and I pressed a button and it happened now.
Oh!
Thank you, Benny.
Oh, chat! Look at this. Now this stick is more interesting than that stick.
All right. Good games to this guy.
Right, Ripley?
All right, so Steve, or Kenny, top button on the right is coins. Bottom button is start.
Come on, Chad. Who's gonna
playing
out-platform
Nerd Josh?
Simmons?
Dude, if we played Nerd Josh, it would feel great.
There's definitely.
I mean, but there'd be like no delay.
But we should play in Super Mario Maker 2. We go to Super Rubber Ross World.
What is ratio? Okay, so you see the points in the top left and top right? You're only allowed 7 points on your team. Each character consists of either 1 through 5 points. The top tiers are all 5 points. So the idea is that it forces a bit more creativity in team composition by making you pick different characters.
Yeah!
She grabbed the heck out of that switch. She dad.
Oh,
She got freaked out.
She knows she got caught.
She knows when she gets caught.
She's like, Dad, they got me. They caught me.
Dad, protect me. I don't want to go to jail.
Smiling. Got caught. Okay.
That's Kenny's very expensive device.
Where's my new Switch Direct, Ripley? Where is it? Where's my Direct? Where's my Direct? I'm getting
Oh, my
it
buttons.
here.
My buttons are all.
That's I thank you.
I'm about to go.
Your buttons are messed up?
I think I was just pushing wrong buttons.
I think so.
I'm about to go up to Redmond, Washington and pull a Benny right all over Nintendo's rug.
Damn.
Oh yeah, it does have a set delay to 1. That works.
Man said his kidneys
Dude,
were terrible.
look at this. 1 input delay and no stuttering. Completely fixed. Ping is at like 67. This guy might be East Coast.
That reminds me. Remember a Halloween how many years back where we did a little video where I was dressed up as Walter and Max was the dude.
Right.
We were yelling at Benny. And we played Castlevania Judgment. After that, I kept going, Benny, shut the fuck up. Now I just realized if I was still dressed up, I'd be like, Max, you peed on your rug. That's right, dude. You peed on your rug.
Do you have to set controls for Flycast? Yes, you do. Set the when you get into Flycast, press Tab. Like set up an offline Flycast. Just press Tab and set your controls. Here's the thing. Set your controls normally, right, on the left side. But if your controls are, if you use like L2 or R2 as some of your main buttons on the right, there's a right column for analog. Set those on the right side. If it's like the left side doesn't recognize like a button press, like an L2 or an R2, and like a trigger,
Nice.
set it on the right.
Yeah.
Tried this on RPCS 3? Oh, you mean like the PlayStation 3 emulator?
Yeah, that's good. That's a menu.
Yeah!
Keep an eye on it. Make sure it doesn't go like
I don't know
that.
what she did, but she did something.
Oh, I know.
Oh, no, it's on now, yeah.
This is on the home screen.
No, it's on.
It's on the home screen.
She has to push it 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little hard.
It's actually kid-friendly.
Eat on the dude's rug, Benny.
Man, now he's barking at him. He's like, damn it.
This is actually an even game. It's a good game. Kenny just gotta be pesky with Omega Red now. Omega Red's not a combo character. He's an annoyer.
Yeah, now she's in.
Uh-oh, she's in.
Wow, she pushed it 3 times. Oh man, she's smarter than
she's
smarter than Nintendo.
That's either a freeze
Into the game.
Oh, that's not freeze.
or the baby.
Yo, look at his chin.
Oh.
What is that?
Marvel 2 sprites. boys.
Right? Yo, look at that chin, man.
Who was that again?
Oh, hey, oh, oh. She is now in cruising blast, Chad. She's about to play that game. This will be her first video game, Chad. She's gonna
Oh, wait.
be an expert. Oh, there you go. She's in the main menu.
Dang, Kenny won that by like a hair.
Yeah, I won. GG. You tried to chip me out at the end.
You made a lobby.
Yeah, she's in a lobby. Oh, no, now she's in the main screen.
Yeah.
Kenny knows what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be on stream and everyone's poking you with stuff. Babies are messing with your stuff.
Yep.
That vlog really tied the room together, did it?
I did, man. I really did. Let's play a game online.
Okay.
She's rocking. Look at that.
Oh, she rocks out.
Yeah.
You put music down, you put some music on, and she rocks
Oh, I
out.
can't wait till she's old enough to get DDR. Get that thing going. We'll be having DDR tournaments. Max's house.
She'd be like, what's this DDR you guys play? You guys are
She's
old.
gotta love
Shit,
it.
that stuff's old. She would be playing the new version or something.
I like it. There's a lot of songs on that
Whoa.
DDR.
Locking me down.
A lot.
You gotta push block around it.
Yeah.
Some of them are Disney songs too, so pretty fair chance you'll find something she likes.
Ding, 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 ding.
She'll figure out what she likes.
No. God dang it. Pray.
Are you choosing a car? It's not step on Kenny's switch.
She was sitting on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's waiting for it. Definitely didn't have any levels for that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did not look. I was looking at his levels.
I'm like, what is he doing?
I was looking at his levels.
Dance DMCA Revolution. I like
We
that.
can't actually. I know Gerard tried streaming it, but like I don't think
It's risky.
Yeah,
You're
I
running
don't
a
really-
risk.
I don't really.
No, DDR songs are extremely copywritten. If anything, your stream will probably get. What you actually want is your stream to get muted. You actually want that. That means they can't go back and get you. Because if they go back and the copyright holder suddenly like listens to your stream and hears it and it's not muted, oh, they can get you.
Why is Benny eating tissue?
Benny, don't eat the tissue. There's so much stuff I have to look after. Now the stream, now this thing's not working. This guy's connection is a little weird too.
A little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
But Vanilla's a completely
Ultimate, not vanilla. So you didn't play vanilla much.
Dude, Ultimate was another game that was literally the same, and they charged you like full price for the same fucking game. Which
What he's saying is true.
Dude,
that
it was
pissed a lot
like-
of people off.
I wasn't supporting that bullshit. Oh,
That pissed a lot of people off, and it came out like 6 months later.
right after that shit. I was like, dude, I'm not doing this.
On the side. Right side.
I understand their whole thing because they had that huge tsunami which fucked up like all of Japan development and everything.
Yeah, it was right around that time frame.
Was that the reason for them trying to rip people off?
No, that plan was done way ahead of time. The thing that fucked everything up development-wise for the future of Marvel 3 was definitely in tandem with the tsunami and, other
Yeah,
efforts.
because it was
Capcom.
supposed to just be DLC that they would release piecemeal.
Yeah.
And the tsunami fucked all the development up because it fucked up their whole country. So then basically they ended up just like waiting and releasing everything as one big add-on at the end.
Well, didn't the tsunami happen 2 months after the game came out?
Not Ultimate. World came out.
Wasn't the tsunami early 2012?
No, it happened like right after. It was right after Vanilla came out, and then that's what.
So you were saying it's early early 2011.
Yeah. So
Gotcha. So that is the case then. Yeah, it would have
God,
probably
the
affected it.
Tsunami fucked up all their plans for Marvel 3 as DLC, and they just turned it into Ultimate. Which, yeah, I get why people were upset about it. What they really should have done was find some way to have like a a trade and redemption. For
Well, there should have been something, like anything. Like an upgrade path, something. It was
Yeah.
truly like, oh, this is... Jesus,
they
really?
just went straight up like it's 1994.
Yeah. Like 6 months later, here's Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo,
Yeah.
Or I mean, here's like Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna... The only difference is that it was only $40, but still, that's like a lot. And it was pretty much an expansion and a patch. That is ultimately the reason why Marvel 3 bombed at the start. It didn't... Later on, it actually ended up making back a lot of money and selling very well for what it is. But, dude, those first 6 months were rough. And Marvel 3, they dropped that game like a bad habit.
Well, game came out February, Tsunami hit March. And they basically just didn't have working.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
Storm is jacked. Pretty strong. She's pretty strong.
Look at me, he's buff.
Yeah. With Deadpool glowy eyes. You
Yeah,
know?
right?
Yeah, it was like paying $40 immediately for a new season. Yeah, this was before the season model was there. But the crazy part is that within, like, what is it, a little bit of time, Street Fighter 4 went to Arcade Edition with an upgrade path. And it was like $20 or something like that. And that made sense. It was like, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, like
From
that
what
was
I
like
understand
fair.
too,
It was fair enough.
So
I
the
guess.
other thing I understand, from what I understand, is that the reason why was it $40 because it was what they had planned out with Marvel. It was going to be this much total amount of DLC, right? Like, had they released the characters piecemeal, right? You add it all up, it would have been about more or less $40 in DLC over time,
Sure.
right? And the other problem was that they weren't going to come out in a continuous flow. And then, I don't know if there was ever any attempt at negotiation, but basically they were like, instead of just delaying everything where like characters just came out piecemeal later, Disney was just straight up like, no, your contract ends by this time. Like,
Yeah,
within a year.
that's actually the reason why the game came out as fast as it did.
Yeah, because like they basically couldn't do anything with the game past like February.
They couldn't. They didn't want to negotiate with Capcom at that time frame because it was like you have to release it.
Yeah, so Disney was like, you promised us you'd have this X amount of money of DLC.
I can't rush
We're
down.
not
and I
extending the
can't
deal.
finish
Basically,
my
it was like
novels.
Vader to fucking Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. Also, Capcom was screwing the pooch at the time frame because they were putting out like 4 fighting games in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like they were super screwing the pooch. So I don't know what. It is honestly some of the worst planning I've ever seen. There were certain individuals that were responsible for a lot of it.
Before Street Fighter 5?
Yeah. Oh, dude. This was like there was a very rough period before Street Fighter 5.
That was when the fighting game hiatus hit. Like when there was like no fighting games.
Yeah, there was like 2012
Yeah.
to 2015, 2016. There was a good like few years where there was just no more Capcom
Dark
fighting
Ages.
games. It was just like Ultra Street
Yeah, the
Fighter
Dark
4.
Ages.
I got in real fist fights because of this game back in the day. Oh,
Look at it happen.
I watched it happen.
Look at this, man. I can't even do my
watched
fighting.
it happen in arcades.
Oh my god, I'm done, man. Holy shit.
This is where you play, yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that the inputs on this one are a bit different. You know, I was missing some like double button inputs. That is something I think they're working on.
Also, you gotta also think about back in what 2011.
I'm like nerfed.
You gotta think about
Ah,
who was
anyway,
running
man.
what at the time there. I know Matt kind of recently talked about it. Someone else had a really
Jesus
big long video
Christ,
on
just came in.
Epic Mickey, and but the important point is how Disney was kind of in and out of the game business.
Yeah.
And there was one point where like they had a change of leadership. That change of leadership was like, we don't give a fuck about console gaming, mobile only. Shut it.
Yeah, it was a rough period, man. Disney was pretty. That was when they ripped Deadpool out of stores. That was when they took down Disney Infinity, like all that crazy shit.
Yeah. Like, they lost faith, and I was actually kind of shocked that Disney Infinity was just gonna like up and down, like fuck it, like we're done after like we barely launched like the 3rd season or whatever, and they're like we're done. And from what people were saying, what I found was
Refresh the
hearing,
stream. Refresh the stream.
Refresh the stream.
telling people,
I don't refresh the stream. They do.
Oh, okay.
yeah, they do.
Oh, okay, good.
From what I understand is the reason that they bounced out of Infinity and all the gaming altogether, it's sort of a mindset with them where they don't want to be a part or have a hand in an entertainment sector. They want to dominate.
That was there. That was. Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know that
the
that's
old
true.
Disney. That was
Yeah.
the Disney games
Yeah.
with Marvel mindset. And with Marvel games now, that's a bit different.
Right, so
because games like
changed
Marvel
hand all
Ultimate
the time,
Alliance
yeah.
3 wouldn't exist.
Right, exactly.
They knew that game was going to sell 1 to 2,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But like, why did Disney just back out of all these games there? Why did they have all the second, split second and this really cool Pirates?
Yeah, no, they were absolutely like authoritarian. Like they were
Yeah.
just going in.
It's just a mindset they have. And that's more. I'm more talking really Infinity and general games fans. Why did they back out? Like, because apparently they don't like
What the fuck?
being
man?
involved or even being moderately successful. They want to dominate.
That's still the way they operate? Maybe Disney, but not Marvel Games. That's absolutely not true for Marvel Games.
Like, apparently that's their big MO in the amusement sector. Like, they do not want to just have a famous theme park. They want to dominate. Like, they hate Universal and Florida.
Yeah, because of what they have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They hate the fact that someone and I think that Harry Butthole Land got them really shook
Harry Butthole?
because like it did so much gangbusters numbers for Universal, and all of a sudden people are like, wow, it's so amazingly themed. You're like, fuck.
It's taking away visits from their other parks. So
Yeah.
now maybe maybe you don't have to do Hollywood Studios. Maybe you could do Universal instead.
Yeah.
I mean, the telltale sign that Marvel Games isn't the same as that same Disney, Disney and Marvel Games that was early 2010s, is literally Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Like, why would they greenlight a game by a Japanese company that they know is only going to sell 1 to 2 million?
Yeah.
If not that, on a single system, only on a Nintendo console, right? Where it has never been on Nintendo console.
Yeah, and I know Nintendo put up some of the money for it. I don't know whose idea it was. I don't know whose idea it was to resurrect Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Like, who came to who with the idea, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, it still sold $1 million.
Yeah, that's for Switch only and a weird PS2 game, which is essentially what it is. That sounds about right.
Danny Stars, would you like me to say timeout instead? I could say timeout.
who they want to.
Oh, you're a psycho shit.
Where's the battery?
Ah,
Oh, almost there it is.
And you always got the other one that's like immediate sniping. Oh, shit, not
shit.
that one.
There it is.
oh, what the fuck? Yeah, this thing is.
Yeah, I had the same issue with me.
Yeah.
Hitting double inputs, and apparently it's an emulator thing.
Well, that's why
Apparently they're still trying to get some of the
Fix it
code
apart.
from another emulator that actually fixes a bit of the input buffering.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, when you hit those buttons on at the same time for supers, it just doesn't come out.
doesn't come out.
I
Like,
sometimes
oh.
miss DHCs like crazy in this
I
shit. I'm
can't
like,
rush, I can't rush down with Magneto like at all. Like I'm trying to
Probably
rush down.
because you're not getting the dashes, right?
Yeah,
the
not getting
dashes are
dashes
two
on.
buttons.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense.
it's like what the fuck. Yeah, I only rushed down with 2
Have
buttons. Like I
trouble
only rushed
reading
down with
like
that.
double button inputs.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, so like when you press the buttons at the same time,
Yeah.
and registering that those buttons, like in the input buffer, is that a dash? Right?
Yeah.
So, or is that a command for a super? And apparently, from some code from an emulator from the arcade version, it actually isn't great. And according to the actual guys that make this shit, they were in the stream last night. They know that it's an issue, and they're gonna get a patch for it. And they have another version they fixed it on, because this is a new emulator. This is not null DC. They're gonna take some of the code they had in null DC and stick it into this one apparently, and try to get that working. Because it is a little weird. It takes some getting used to.
It sucks that there's such a dedicated community of
Dude,
working on and fixing this game.
it's like a melee situation.
Well, Melee's worse, honestly, because Nintendo's aggressively going after anyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, community-wise, it's like a
no
melee
tournaments.
situation.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck what you've been planning. I don't care if the Queen of England's visiting to watch the tournament. It's all shutting this shit down.
Yeah, right.
The only, I think the actual FGC like fighting game that has lasted the test of time in a similar fashion to Melee is absolutely Marvel 2.
Yeah, it's Marvel 2.
Marvel 2 is the game.
And Nintendo fucking hates that.
Tables on projectile assist. Gotta be careful.
It's like I don't even care about. Obviously, I don't care about the Smash competitive scene, but it still feels like a real dick move on their part.
On Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Super is.
Like they're well within their legal rights to do so.
But
They're
should
absolutely,
they though?
they're absolutely well within their rights, and you can even argue that like they kind of have an obligation to protect their IP. But Jesus Christ.
You know what I learned? That Sega's apparently super cool with Sonic mods and
Yes, yes, they are.
shit. Like they're like Capcom levels of like, just let it rock.
Yeah, pretty much. Even more so. They actually, I mean, think about it. Like they took a guy who was making mods, and then he learned how to port
And they made that guy an employee.
Yeah, he ported some of their older games to iOS, and they're like, "Did you do that officially?"
Can't even do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
did.
made it hard.
And they're like, "How about you want to make a whole original game?" Sure.
Proton shot. Proton shit.
They gave a modder a job. They gave Christian Whitehead a job like 3 times.
Simmons, I'm gonna ask you a question that's completely off subject.
Sure.
What the hell happened to Bulletstorm?
Richie
I was
Nemo.
talking about this with my chat the other day,
The
and
developer or the game?
so both of them went to shit.
No. What are you asking?
That game had a lot of potential. It was a lot of fun. You know
I'm not
why?
gonna
Because the new game came out. The one Loot something where you can Deathloop. You can fucking do the same shit that was in Bulletstorm, and I'm like, this already happened in Bulletstorm. Why isn't Bulletstorm come back and do the same shit?
Well, so Bulletstorm was made by People Can Fly, who did that Gears of War Judgment spin-off, which I don't know what I remember. It's fine.
Yeah.
But they ended up doing a couple other projects, but they recently were doing a live service game for Square Enix that came out this year. It was actually very successful, way beyond what Square was expecting. Outriders, I believe. The developers still around. They actually had a little bit of a Cinderella story this year. There's more I can tell you about them off stream.
Yeah.
If you want to know.
But why did they abandon Bulletstorm when it had so much potential?
So I believe Epic owns the IP for Bulletstorm, and guess what Epic's focused on?
Nice, good fucking hit. You suck. I hate you.
Nutfoot.
Yeah. Oh, Nutfort. Oh, that's Epic? Oh, God. Oh, no. Well, it's their IP, but they didn't really work on it, so they could easily give it off to somebody else, but they're keeping that.
They couldn't even get it off to the same developers, but they had to move on to other stuff because Epic wasn't really interested.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
I don't think it sold amazingly either. It sold well.
It was
but not.
Yeah, because it was a single player game. If it was multiplayer,
Fuck, I got Captain Suckass now.
A billion people would have been.
No, I don't even have him.
Oh.
Oh no!
I'm not 100% if.
Spider died in the end.
I'm
Really
not even
hard.
100% sure if Epic owns the IP or if Microsoft owns the IP. I think Epic owns the IP.
Yeah.
And Epic has no interest in it whatsoever. I mean, Epic doesn't have an interest in anything but making money off of Unreal.
Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite, and then all the money they make every fucking second off of licensing fees for Unreal Engine. So.
Bulletstorm's publisher was EA and then Gearbox. So they skipped, or they actually went to another
I
developer.
haven't played Sentinel in so long.
Oh, good luck.
He's actually Sentinel's not great if you don't know how to fucking use him, man.
We were
He just
talking
makes a big
about-
hitbox.
Okay, Bulletstorm is the game where you lasso people
Yeah,
and
you
kick
throw
them,
them up
and
in
the
the
guy
air,
says
and just throw them in the air and you shoot
shit
them and
balls
shit.
and he says
And-
weird shit like that.
Yeah, and they had like a campaign commercial where they were shitting on fucking Call of Duty.
What do they call it, like dick tits and shit like that?
They had a whole fucking commercial just shitting on Call of Duty. And they were shooting the guns and it was like, boring. I was like, what the fuck is going on? They were talking so much shit and the game wasn't even online, so then what the hell is happening? And I'm like, okay, when Bulletstorm comes, it's gonna be huge. Everyone's gonna play it. It's fucking Call of Duty, but with combos, like first-person
Right,
shooter.
yeah.
I was like, dude, this is the dopest thing
In
ever.
a way, Doom and Doom Eternal kind of took that mantle and ran with it. Honestly.
Is that the one
if
where
you-
like
if you
I'm
like
crying real tears?
If you like Bulletstorm, I would definitely check out the newer.
Well, Deathloop has that. Like Deathloop.
Oh my god, it's
Where you can
set
like
tag,
pick
you
a guy in the
shitter.
air and shoot him in the sky and then bring him back down or some shit like that.
Wow, EA had it. EA did the publishing on it.
Can't hit this guy.
With Epic.
I'm crying
Also,
real
it's like-
tears.
I don't know who owns it.
Yeah, 2 companies?
Iron Man, chill out.
I thought only one company could own it.
Developer People Can Fly and Epic Games. Publisher EA. Gearbox Publishing did the remaster.
Oh wow.
I actually don't know
Tony
who
Stark
owns
is
this
the
right
Sentinel.
now.
Remaster. So they actually ported it to like Xbox One.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Holy fuck.
Flying pack.
Remastered called Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition in April 17th
Recap.
for Windows, PS4, Xbox One, and a version for Nintendo Switch in August 17.
Bulletstorm is legit great. Yeah.
Oh god.
Deathloop is like Bulletstorm and all. It's like Dishonored. Oh, I haven't even played Dishonored.
Dishonored with
Who owns this?
Yeah, right? Like, that game has been bounced around.